And welcome back to SA Sports Show. Barry, it's been a fantastic show.
Great show.
Absolutely brilliant. Chelsea,
yeah, great show.
You know, and again, all the best to the Thunderbirds.
This weekend?
This weekend.
Sydney?
Sydney on Sunday. Well, they just got to keep winning.
Oh,
you know? And they said they matched up really well, so sometimes we know teams are like that.
Confident, isn't she? She's very confident that they can do it again.
Yeah, which is good.
So good luck, because 798 days is a lot of days.
It's a lot of days.
We don't want a repeat of that.
I thought it was a misprint in the paper when I actually read it. And,
amazing,
it's a long time. Big game Friday night for Port Collingwood.
I think it's a massive
It's going to be a cracking
game of the year.
Two teams in great form.
Yeah.
Collingwood just getting over the line against Essendon last week. I won't bring up that decision on holding the ball, but whatever the umpire says, as we say, is obviously right.
Tough gig, the umps.
It's a tough gig.
You know, they have made some errors, but it's a tough gig. You know, I don't care what anyone says. You know. Essendon were a bit stiff last week. They were a bit stiff. You know, they were a bit stiff. And really, the booing and all that wasn't directed at them.
No. I spoke to a couple of Essendon people, and there was a section of the grandstand where the umpires were starting to walk off. So they were booing the umpires walking off, not paying much to the at that stage of the presentation. Because of course and we've all done it. We've all done it. You know, our sides lost. The umpires are walking off, bit of a boo, as well as, and we know how the brilliant job they do. But it was a bit hot under the collar, and that decision, it should have been holding the ball.
Well, of course
it should have been. So it was only a portion of the grandstand as the umpires are walking off. But let's get back to Port.
Big game, massive game for both clubs. It's and
youngsters are important. I know we spoke about it at the start of the show, but Rosie, Butters, Dersmers, and two or three of our second-year players as well. As a group, they need to show that spark. They know to give that spark.
Well, it's a big stage, isn't it? This is probably their biggest stage.
Robbie Gray, big loss.
Yeah, no, Robbie.
4 weeks.
That is a loss. I think Robbie might have been suffering a little bit from another injury as well. I think he's been. I think he might have had a little shoulder issue that he copped in about round 2.
Yeah, so he probably needs a break.
Might have set him back. Yeah,
it probably needs
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, and I believe that Amon will be in the side and whatever, he'll come back. He was playing good footy before he.
They're well balanced. I mean, look.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, if you're the coach, you'd love to blow on the siren halfway during the last quarter. Look, hope we didn't get any injuries, but wow, wasn't that a big turnaround for North Melbourne? Just got their run on, but for 3.5 quarters, they were, the rucking was magnificent. Their on-ball brigade, their backline, everything seemed to go well.
Kenny Higley said the right thing, though, I think, in the aftermatch. I interviewed him in the aftermatch. He said, you've got to remember it at the end. First of all, we just come back from Perth. The other thing is they kicked 5 straight. They had to use the corridor. They had to attack in that last quarter because they had to. They had no choice, whatever. We kicked 2-6.
Well, obviously
that's an interesting thing.
Well,
I was obviously 6-2. And you
it's a big difference. But I was obviously watching a different press conference because I thought he said thanks to Barry Curtin and Greg Anderson for mentioning to get Westhoff back across the centre line and across the half back line. I think he got best player.
Right. Yeah, that's right. But he did
play
well.
We should say the Crows, a massive game for them as well, of course, and that was a really good win.
Well, it didn't look like it at the start, did it? It looked. They looked
Freo got some touch now. Freo, they got some touch. I reckon. I know it's a big game for Port, but I think Freo and Adelaide could be the game of the round. I really do.
Well, it's a big game for both those clubs as well. Just for your. I mean, Freo are sitting second. This gives them some credibility. You knock Adelaide off in Adelaide, and people will stand up and go, "Hey."
Adelaide's engine.
I don't know whether they can do it.
Well, you've got Brett Crouch, Matt Crouch, and Sloan. 30 plus possessions each last week. That's a crazy amount of ball for the engine room to get.
Well, they're as good as anyone in there.
And their disposals are finally very, very good. So it's some
big games.
It's a big game.
Big games for both SA clubs. I mean, Collingwood won't be easy at Marvel, although they've got. I think they lost the big fella. Mason Cox. He won't play. So that's a bit of a bonus.
It's a big bonus.
Because that's under a roof. That'll be under the roof.
It's under the roof at Marvel Stadium, and he loves playing there because it's dry, there's no wind, and he can judge it like a basketballer. So he'll pluck it well. But SNFL, I know you're going to be there. I'm heading down to Albion Oval to watch Port Central, so that'll be a beauty. Look, I know we really focus a lot on the AFL, but at the moment, the SNFL is it's just gone beautifully. I mean, how tough that league is. It is second, tier
has been
in
for a
Australia
while, yeah.
for such a long time, but it even highlights it more so.
And you don't know what's going to happen, Greg. You don't know what's happening week in, week out.
How'd you pick that?
They beat them easily as well, really.
Yeah.
You know, they beat them easily.
Yeah.
So how would you pick that? You're dead right.
No,
a couple of weeks ago, South Kane, Port Adelaide.
Yeah, I know. And Sturt got up.
And then Port Kane North.
Sturt got up over South. So
there you go.
How do you pick that?
Well, you don't.
Sport's a great thing, isn't it, Barry?
Oh, it's a great leveler.
Now, before I leave, someone said, "Oh, Barry Curtin used to play lots of cricket and all that sort of stuff." And I said, "You played a lot of state cricket as well." And he goes, "Oh, that's right. He played lots of state cricket." Just very quickly, because I know we're getting the wind up. Some of the great players we took, some of the players that who are playing in today's football. Some of the great players that you played with as a youngster that you gave a bit of a spark to. I mean, Chappells.
Well, the Chappells were there. Greg Chappell. I actually took Greg's place in the side. He went to Queensland, and I got the nod to bat after Ian. But I came in. You're talking Ian Chappell,
Ian Chappell,
Jenner, Mallet.
Right.
It was
just household names.
It was a massive team.
Wow.
A great team, which won a shield, mind you, and so they should have. And the young blokes that came into the side with me were David Hooks and Rick Darling.
There's plenty of talent there, isn't there?
There's a lot of talent there, and I think it might have been the last time we won a shield.
Yeah, it was good. They knew you were a great cricketer, but when we started saying about some of the players that you'd played with, their ears pricked up.
And against as well, some great players I played against. That was the thing, you tend to be out there looking at these guys playing. Like Doug Walters, for instance, would be a classic case. I'll tell you a bit, if we've got a very quick one for you. Doug Walters was so popular. When we played them in Sydney, on the Sydney Cricket Ground, the first time I played in Sydney, we got a wicket in the Wayne Pryor got Turner about third ball, and in came Dougie Walters. Yeah. Now they cheered him from the top of the grandstand all the way to the middle.
Is that right?
Back in those days, big crowds.
Oh, big crowds.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
They cheered him all the way down. Yeah. He lasted 2 balls, and Pryor got him.
Yeah.
He was out for naught. They cheered him all the way off, and he got naught.
He was a household name, wasn't he? He was one of the best.
Amazing player.
Probably not that day. But I hope you all have a great day. If you're part of any sport on the weekend, I hope your club does really well. I hope you do well as well. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.